17 people dead, more than 60 injured in an apartment fire in the Bronx. It's the deadliest fire in New York City since 1990. Investigators blaming a faulty space heater.
Since the fire, the mayor's fund has raised $4.4 million in donations. The mayor's office says $900,000 of the fund has been used so far, in part to pay for hotels and food for displaced tenants and funeral costs for the victims. I spoke to half a dozen tenants today who say they've been staying at hotels since the fire. They want to know when they can get back home or get into a new place, but they say the help has been too slow.
So much of response, so much of need, so much of a community's vulnerability and their capacity to cope with the disaster is defined through educational policy, economic development policy, housing policy. All of these things that seemingly have nothing to do with disasters have everything to do with who is disproportionately affected from disasters. The current model is not adequate. That we need more flexibility after a disaster to help meet the needs of survivors, regardless of the scale of the disaster, but also a strategy totally focused on post-disaster assistance is never going to be a winning strategy. In smaller scale disasters, very large for the families affected, but very small within the context of sort of national triggers and definitions and emergencies, you sort of get lost. You're very, very dependent on nonprofits like the Red Cross and social services and programs like that. An important thing across all disaster assistance is it's never designed to make you whole again after a disaster. It's just meant to create a floor to keep from falling too far behind.